New Year and hope you enjoy your day. Let me give you a quick few updates on some things. First of all, as you all know, better than almost anybody, we've struggled through some very tough budget situations for the last 2 or 3 years. The good news is for the last 6 consecutive months, we've seen revenue growth over the same month the year before. So February of 11 better than February 10, January better than January 10, etc., which is obviously really encouraging news for all of us to do what we would like to do. The hard part of that is our revenue still won't get back to where they were in 2008 until 2014. So if you think back to all the costs that have gone up for you as individuals and for us as a government that have increased in that period of time, you see the difficulty that we're in. The other thing that makes it very hard is we were relying very much on federal stimulus plan dollars, helping the state kind of get over the hump, so to speak, while the recession hit. Unfortunately, all that money is gone now. In this next year's budget, we'll have $1.8 billion less to work with. That's real money. And there are a lot of things that we would like to do that we can't do because we have $1.8 billion less to work with. That's just a fact. And we can all say we don't like that or this or that, but at the end of the day, that's the fact we're dealing with. We're doing our very best to make the right priorities within that. One of the things that we did in this year's budget, I know you would have liked to see us do more, but I was pleased that we could get a 1.6% pay increase in for the first time in 4 years. And that is not nearly what you... That's not nearly what you deserve after 3 years without a raise. I clearly understand that, but I think it is a start, and I can promise you that when we put together the next year's budget and the year after that, we're going to make a priority to try to work hard toward getting compensation line. I believe this. I believe no matter what position you're in, your job should be comparably paid to folks that are outside of government, to a market-based job. We haven't done that. We have fallen behind, and I understand that. My job is to try to figure out a way to get us back there to where if you're doing a comparable job in public government that you would be in the private sector, you're getting comparable salaries. That was one of the things I worked hard doing as mayor. We started out, we looked at everything from making sure our health care plan was competitive to our wages were competitive, and then moved on like that. We will do the same thing here. It's just a big process with a 45,000 employee government. So that's the challenge we're facing. Well, let me say this as well. One of the points I made in the State of the State speech is this. I know people have a tendency to think of state workers and think, oh, well, they don't work hard or they have an easy job. And I know that that's the furthest thing from the truth. I've now been governor for, 3 months. Feels like about 3 years some days. But I've been governor for 3 months, and I can tell you, the vast majority of state employees I meet are competent, caring people who really, really do want to serve the state's employees well. And I very much appreciate that. And every chance I get, I try to hold up great state employees as an example of what we want to do. I've tried my best to start visiting as many offices as I can across the state. With 45,000 employees, it takes you a while to get everywhere, but we're steadily doing that. We were in one of our workforce development offices in Memphis last week. I've tried to visit as many around here in Nashville as we can. We're going to do the same thing in East Tennessee at a few spots at the end of this week. So I will do my very best to be open, and I appreciate the remarks about where'd you go? Oh, thank you. I very much appreciate the remarks about how open we've been, and we want to be that way. You all will always have an open door to come meet and share your concerns. As we talked about when you all came in 6 weeks ago, or whenever that was, we won't always agree on everything, but I can promise you we will always take the time to listen to you. So